Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 456 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly gaming podcast for Words About Games. I'm one of your hosts, Amy K. Alexander, and I am joined this week by Daffod Moody.
Konbanwa, you beautiful sons of bitches. How are we all doing this evening? It is Friday. You know what that means? It's fucking video game day. All hail fucking video games because they are fucking awesome. Even though people are a pain in the ass still, but fucking awesome games. Bring it on. All hail it, all people. All hail it.
The games are brilliant. The people are trash.
That was a roller coaster.
Games are awesome, but people are trash. Love the video games. Fuck the people. Wait. Slap the people. That's better.
There you go.
All of the people?
Slap some of the people.
There it is.
SSP, slap selected people.
Slap selected people.
We're also joined this week by Vitz Patel.
Hey, what's good, everybody? How are we all doing out there in Listenerland? And how are you doing, fellow hosts?
I'm listening. I think they said.
Yeah, for audio listeners, Amy's listened to your call and response.
I think I heard a collective cry of God. Oh God, why? Oh God, make it stop. Help. Yeah. So about normal.
And that's just me on a treadmill.
There you go.
I'm good on a treadmill. It's when I have to do like some of the weight machines where it's like that's when I'm like, oof.
The weights ones are fine for me. I think it's because I'm weighted anyway. So, but yeah, the treadmill one, no, that's just
got that
bad.
momentum going into each rep.
The weights don't know what to think. They're saying, "Oh my God, he's pulling! That's so easy." Oh wait, no, that's just his belly. He's counterweighting us.
You're actually supposed to pull, not jump.
No, I just hold on. Go,
you just pull your legs up.
This is so easy. But I'll be like those guys over there, these big muscly people, but in no time.
Oh, I hate the big muscly people, man. Like whenever I go to the gym, with the big muscly people, like, and they're always like, they do like one rep of like all of the weights, and you can hear them across the other side of the gym. They go, "Rrr!" And it's bro, I can't concentrate on what I'm trying to do because you're ridiculous.
Also, you sound like you're on the toilet.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of all things gym, I this week have joined a gym. So we got some life admin stuff out of the way, hit some personal goals, so that's good. And yeah, I thought about this whole gymnasium lark. And yeah, been going every day since I signed up, including today, so that was good. And yeah, I don't know about funny anecdote, but I've got an anecdote that may turn into a rant. So the nearest one to where I'm at the moment, they have like a swimming pool, and it's like a leisure center. So they've got like courts for badminton and tennis and what have you. And they don't do a bare basic package for just gym membership. So you have to get like a gym and access to the pool and all the rest of it. And I'm trying to explain to the person, sir, I don't know how to swim. I have no business going near your pool. I don't want to get wet in the pool. Just give me the base gym package. And no, sorry, we can't do any of that. So yeah, I had a bit of a go at them for that. But either way, we signed up to the gym and hoping to making it routine now. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Making them gains.
Can I ask a question?
Sorry,
Sure.
I thought I was trying to funny anecdote. I was like, where am I laughing? Where's the
punchline?
that felt like the punchline.
Now, are you trying to get into shape because you know what you're going to have to be doing soon? You're going to have to be facing that thing soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
That thing that's going to be chasing the fuck out of you.
So
with while you've got a heartbeat...
He's just got waves on his fingers, like...
For audio listeners, the one and only Daffod Moody is pointing to a statue of a xenomorph that he has back there on his IKEA shelving unit over there. And yeah, thanks to the support of you lovely people, we have hit the next milestone in our charity fundraiser drive for Safe in Our World, which means yours truly is going to have to play Alien Isolation and not just dip my toe in it. I'm going to have to pay a substantial amount in order to get to the xenomorph, and maybe a little bit after we'll work out the specifics. But yeah, for those who are new to the podcast, first of all, welcome. This is us, and these are shenanigans. I don't do well with the scary games. Not so whatsoever. The story I always tell is when I first picked up The Last of Us back in 2013 for PS3, like I got to the first section that had clickers in it, and I ran back to the store to get that game back because it was too scary to me. It's only since it was like remastered the first time, because it's been remastered a bunch of times now, that I'm brave enough to get through it. And now, it's one of my most favorite games. But I'm not sure Alien Isolation is going to earn that accolade. So we will see. So yeah, if you want to see a person have a heart attack live on stream, then twitch.tv/wordsbackgames is the place you need to be. So stay tuned to our socials. We'll be putting the date out for when that stream will be happening. But yeah, I'm playing Alien Isolation, and then the next milestone we'll be chasing is one and only Daffy Moody becomes a foul tarnished and dies into the land between because they're playing Elden Ring.
No. I think we've hit our milestone. We should be done now. I don't think we need any more money.
You spoke to the charity. They were like, "That's it. That's the most amount of money we're going to raise. That's it.
We're done. We're done. If you want to just hit 149, that's even fantastic. That's even spot on. It's perfect. 149.99. That's even better. 0.99. That's even better. You don't have to hit the 150 mark because I won't lie, like lads, everybody out there. I don't think you're ballsy enough to hit the 150 mark anyway for me. So like, you don't worry about yourselves and everything like that. Don't worry, I'm all good. It's all good here. It's all fucking good. No, neither of you two can put money towards the fucking charity just to get the fucking thing up, okay? No, don't you dare.
Too late.
It was just like, I've already done it, Moody.
See, this is why I haven't been giving Vitz too much shit, because you turn around as fair play, and we both have milestones coming up.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah, so the gym stuff is to also get in shape and to get my heart rate used to being close to 200 BPMs, because I'm sure I will be wrecking it coming to play that game. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we get on.
Could you be in a situation where you've built it up so much in your head that it's not as bad as you think it is?
I mean, I've only gone to the gym 3 days on the bounce, so
no, not your heartbeat. I mean the terror of Resident Evil, of Alien Isolation. Like, you've built it up so much in your head that like there's no way.
It can't be. It can't be as bad as I've been picturing it, kind of thing.
And then I'm gonna pay one of your family members when the stream is over and you think you're safe to kick your door in with an air horn and just go, "You did it!"
Now, are they coming into the room at Mr. X, or they're coming in like the Kool-Aid Man?
No, like the Kool-Aid Man. Like it would be like a celebration thing. Like if we can somehow work out some kind of engineering system where we can have like a hidden banner that'll drop and like, confetti cannons on either side of you with like congratulations and some celebratory air horns, like.
And someone bursting in saying, "Do you want to check out my new cool chainsaw and hockey mask?"
No, that's a different game. Throw out I've got a face hugger plushie around here somewhere. I'll give it to them. They can throw it at you.
But yeah, thank you to everybody out there in this land who got us over that line. We are all different kinds of appreciative of you.
I am.
Konnichiwa, gonai gozaimasu. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that yes.
I just said the wrong thing. Arigatou gozaimasu.
I was going to say.
I said thank you very much. I just realized what I said there. No, arigatou gozaimasu, everyone. Thank you.
There you go.
This is the one I was looking forward to the most.
Oh, well, yes, I was as well. I'm not going to lie. It's
That's fair.
I'm looking forward to
I think coming up in the beginning of June. I think we can do it at the beginning of June, I think.
I mean,
it is the beginning of June.
July. I don't know we did it. Really long 21.
Oh, we did it already. Shit. I'm going to go and find the VOD. I must have missed it.
You got eaten OBS like the last episode of Pixel Pop Stars. You just lost the time and space.
We've got something happening in July. I think we can do it at the beginning of July, like a Friday maybe, when I can get some popcorn for someone and for myself and someone else. Just for the heck of it.
No, we'll figure out a day that
works. Give you the whole weekend to recover.
But no, like as I was saying, and as I was into on last week's podcast, that like it's a bit of a reset point for me. And yeah, I'm enjoying the transformation so far, and long may it continue. So yeah, get to start a shiny new job next week, so that's exciting. And yeah, looking forward to what's coming up for me.
I like how we keep like talking about Alien, and he just keeps Vitz just keeps like pulling it back. It's like, oh, you saw the
Just
gym,
deflecting like a
so the
politician.
gym, and we're just like, oh yeah, but Alien, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but the gym, no. That's where it's at. I mean, Moody's
But yeah.
away. Moody's coming to your house right now. He's gonna bring you a copy of Alien Isolation. Yeah, no excuses now.
There is that. Ames, how have you been?
You know, all right. Hot. Far too hot. It's my overriding mood right now.
Sorry, I had to go and kill my dog.
You really should stop making that joke.
The listeners will get, how many dogs do they have?
Like,
Well, I have to replace each one.
this guy. It's a different fucking dog every week.
Uh-huh. No wonder Peter's been in the comments all the time.
Speaking of job stuff for everybody, I passed my 3 months probation. Yay!
Congratulations.
Yay! Yay! Hallelujah! I'm part of the furniture now.
There you go.
Dog, woohoo, and everything like that. But no, yeah, I was really happy to hear that. It happened today during recording and everything. So, yeah, I'm just now. I feel like I can kind of relax. Kind
Golf
of.
Oh,
clap.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
There's a Discord sound effect, my guy.
I covered your
Discord
face
sound
with
effect?
Discord sound
Yeah,
effects,
there's a
and I
the
pushed the
soundboard.
button.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm not doing
Yeah, I
that
know
again.
Amy's going to be using that liberally during the alien stream.
I will not be
Ba-
using
ba-
it
ba- ba-
liberally during the Alien stream. I'm not that kind of person. I had a hard and fast rule whenever we used to have like VR parties when I had my PSVR headset. So like loads of people in a room, and it was like there was a hard and fast rule: you do not fuck with someone when they've got a VR headset on, because everybody thought it would be really funny. You know, they're in a scary game, and then you go up behind them and you hit them on the back and go blah, and then they nearly die. And I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yes.
That's not fair.
Uh-huh.
Sounds
Is
like
it because they
someone,
nearly die because you turn around and punch them with Joy-Con in hand? Like, PS Move.
That was
wand in
the
hand.
other side of the coin. It was like they're immersed in a video game like that is all around them. There's a good chance that they're gonna fucking hit you.
Oh, yeah. It's either you or the TV. Something's getting punched when it comes to VR.
Like, yeah, like playing Resident Evil 7 and someone just thinks it's a really good idea to tap you on the shoulder. You're getting knocked out. Like at
That's
best.
fair. That's fair. No doubt. There's no doubt. But yeah, I never did VR horror games, and yeah, I never will.
I did
I choose life.
multiple times. Every
Yes.
time it was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I did Alien
I don't-
Isolation.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you told me that one. Maybe we should get Vitz to VR Alien Isolation.
No.
Instead.
Yeah, that
no,
one's on
no,
the
that's too far.
thermometer for the fundraising. Yeah.
That's too extreme. That's if we hit £1 million.
Oh dear, why'd you have to give it such a far number?
Because
Maybe £150.
under no
150, something
circumstances.
different's happening.
I've been in that rig during that game. I don't want to put Vitz through that. Like, I'm happy to put Vitz through like normal Alien Isolation. That's fine.
That's fair.
I think he could survive that.
You grossly underestimate me.
VR Alien? Nope.
Exactly.
Plus, I don't think it would last very long because I think he would just freeze.
Or it would just freeze or faint.
Yeah, he would just faint.
It's T-Rex rules, right? If you just stand still, then it can't see you.
It's like, is Vitz trying to hide from the alien by not moving? Like, no, his heart rate's gone right down. I think, yeah, he's passed out.
It's flatlining. Yeah. Someone did the Kool-Aid man early
Vitz fainted immediately.
Moody's off to
Moody's off to
kill
kill another dog.
animal.
Like,
Exactly.
you think we podcast at the same time every week?
You know what they say? Never work with children or live animals.
I know, right? It's like both
yeah.
times you stood up to walk away, I've just been about to like pivot into cool things that we like.
I mean, you can open with what your cool thing of the week is.
Yeah, I guess I could.
But
what
let's
is my
introduce the
cool thing?
segment first.
Yeah, it's cool things we like. I don't. It's self-explanatory name. Every week we talk about a cool thing that we did, watched, played, listened to, read, etc. over the course
Yeah.
of the past week, or in my case, the past 2 weeks. I wasn't here last week. And my cool thing is my latest hyperfixation of watching Fantasy High on Dropout.tv.
Mm.
Like, I have filled every spare moment that I have had watching Dropout, watching just Fantasy High. Like, there's like 26 seasons of Dimension 20. No,
Yeah.
I've literally just skipped down them. I've been like, no, Fantasy High. I watched Fantasy High season 1. I was like, wow, that was really fun. Like, as somebody who, and I don't mean this as like trying to be like, oh, it sucks, but like as someone who's tried to get into Critical Role and failed, because for me, I just didn't like. I thought it was like quite a slog to get through, which is why I've never watched Dimension 20 before. But I thought, I'm going to drop out subscription. I like the people involved. I'll watch season 1. I was like, season 1 was like, yeah, this was really good, like really enjoyable. Like, oh, D&D can be fun to watch. And then I was like, oh, I'll just skip straight to Fantasy High season 2. Click for more fun time shenanigans, and there were a lot of fun time shenanigans. There was also a lot of crying because they went next level with that season in terms of like the things that happen in it and the role playing.
She laughed, she cried,
I
she
laughed,
cheered.
I cried, I cheered, and that was all in the same episode.
Yeah.
But I'm doing season 3 now of Fantasy High now, and then I'm gonna give it a break because that's about 150 hours of D&D.
Yeah, that's excessive. And you were saying, so season 1 of Fantasy High is available on YouTube. So if you don't have a Dropout subscription as of yet, feel free to dip your toe in and then see you can slide over some money
You
to the fine
definitely
folks over
should.
there.
I don't know if Moody would like it because like I have no baseline for whether Moody would like to watch that kind of thing, but I know you would like it, Vitz. I think you would
What
like
is
it
it?
a great deal. It's 7 improv comedians playing D&D.
Yeah, trying to do that type of thing. I can't do it
Like I
personally.
said, I was in the same boat. I'd never got into Critical Role. Whoops. I never got into Critical Role. Dimension 20 is like edited and it has like sets and stuff. So I think it was a lot easier to get into. Plus, again, there is a difference between like improv comedians and actors.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So I really, really got into it. Sorry,
That's
it's
really
gone
cool.
here a while, but yeah, it's very good. And like I say, season 2, they go
hard.
It's emotional. It's an emotional time.
Great stuff.
Very good stuff. Fitz,
Uh,
what's your thing of the week?
Thank you, Moody. Yeah, so this week it was, I think this came out a while ago, but it was new to me because I only watched it this week. This is the latest stand up special from Roy Wood Jr. called Lonely Flowers. Now, for our friends over in the North American states, this is a comedian who you may know from The Daily Show. They used to work alongside Trevor Noah, and who's hosting that show. And he is one of my favorite stand-up comedians, mostly because of the way they tell stories and how they have beautiful cadence to the way they tell their comedy, and how they'll sow the seeds of a punchline like at the start of the special, and they'll bring it back right at the very end. And for the mannerisms they do, and they break it down to not just necessarily punchline, because they're really dropping some therapy, for a better word, and just asking some decent questions in terms of, Amy, did you get that, Nat?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah, asking some like real deep philosophical stuff, just about being and the need to be better to everybody. And Lonely Flowers is the new special from Roy Wood Jr. And he's hilarious, and I highly recommend you check it out.
Cool.
Coolly. May I have
Moody-san.
2?
If you want to use your one, I don't care.
Okay, thank you. One is Predator Killer of Killers. That animation's dropped over on Disney Plus over the last weekend. Absolutely amazing Predator movie that just continues what Dan Trachtenberg.
Danny T, two for two.
He's now becoming a predator.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Stalking his prey. It's absolutely gorgeous animation made in Unreal Engine 5, which was really interesting to find out about. 3 stories combined together to accumulate into one big story at the end and everything. I won't really spoil anything about it. Obviously, Predator's in it. I guess you can understand the task of it, pretty much of it, and everything like that. But no, Dan Trachtenberg's shown that he understands the universe of the Predator. He understands the Predator in itself, and everything. We've had some really bad movies on it, and if he keeps on going. At the end of Killer of Killers, I literally was I'm watching the trailer of the next movie, what's coming out in November, Predator Badlands, and I was just I'm now fully locked in and hyped for that movie. I was interested in the movie, but the premise wasn't really nailing me for some weird reason. But now, because Trachtenberg is 2 for 2, I was just you know what? The guy seems like he's got a handle on this. I'm going to trust in his vision and everything, and we'll see what happens. And really looking forward to that. And the movie, it's such a great movie. I think Vitz, I think you will like it. I know you've gone through a Predator journey on yourself.
I've got it on my watch list to do. Time is the enemy at the moment.
That's fair.
It's near the top of the things I watch, because even on IMDb, I think he's rating it a 9 out of 10. So we know this thing is stellar. Obviously you're out here giving its flowers as well. And I enjoy a lot of Danny T's work, and I expect this will be no different.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. And the next thing is a book.
Nice.
I thought Amy. I was going to say, is Amy going to make a reaction here or perk up? I finally, at long last, finished in two ways of it. So I'd read it during the night, and then I audible it while I was at work and everything. So I had a combination of both things of it. Abroad in Japan. I'm a massive fan of the YouTube channel in itself and everything, but as you all both know, I'm going basically on a journey of Japan, basically.
Is it Japanese face right now?
Yeah, I'm in my full Japanese phase, and but his channel is one of the reasons why I have, and his book is so engaging. It just basically it's him telling us about his journey from becoming an English teacher in Japan, and then slowly becoming a YouTuber and everything throughout, and going on other journeys and everything. And I think it's just it's just with his comedic timing, with his comedic sense of his comedic sense to it. He's British. He's got a very dry sense of humor to it, and he exploits that in a very funny way with how he does it. And I think he does an incredible job on the Audible, but the writing is also very well done. And it just made me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what because I know he's already announced he's doing a second book, so I'm interested to see that one in the future when that comes out. And it just made me just go, I want to go to Japan even more. It's a thick book, and like the one Amy showed us at the beginning. It's a smally book.
It's a similar topic. A guide to Japanese role-playing games.
Exactly. I will one up your book, good sir.
Amy just went, you call that a book?
You call that a book? This is a book. Nino Kuni.
Nino Kuni. Hey, good, beautiful game. Beautiful game, no doubt. And everything. Predator, Killer of Killers, beautiful animated film, and Abroad in Japan. Great book. A #1 bestseller. I don't know if that means
Remind us of the author again?
Chris Broad.
There you go.
Great title. Love the pun. Cool. Cool things.
Yeah.
All cool things, because we like them. Check them out, dear listener, as Vitz likes to call you.
Absolutely.
Should we jump into the main topic of the podcast?
Yeah.
Things we liked from Summer Game Fest and beyond. And beyond.
Beyond.
Do we do 3 different references there?
Yes.
Moody, you want to bring this in?
Like to kick things off that, yeah.
So you may start.
Oh, nice start. Thank you, Captain. So basically, yes, over the weekend was obviously the Summer Games Fest, the Xbox Showcase, and many, many more.
Yeah, we should probably make context for what's about to happen.
Yes.
many more game shows, reveals, and everything throughout the weekend. And basically, we're going to just go through of the games that we saw and that we liked. Well, of the ones that me and Vitz watched, and Amy's going to tell the ones that she played as in the demo. So,
caveat: I watched zero video game trailers for Summer Game Fest.
I won't lie. My intention was never to watch the Summer Games Fest, but by the end, I was just like, fine, I'll put it on. I was bored, so I'll just put it on, and I watched it. And I was just like, yep, that was a show.
I'll talk more about the show later because we've got a thing later where it'll make more sense to talk about it. But yeah, like I was never going to watch it, and then it was like Day of the Devs is starting. But to link this back to what I was just talking about, but also I'm already watching Fantasy High. I'm just going to keep watching that, and then the next day it was like, oh, all of these showcases are starting. And I just didn't feel like I was in a headspace where I didn't feel like having my head blasted off by like 200 video game trailers.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
So I was like, I want to watch these people play Dungeons and Dragons. So I did, but like my thing is because I haven't come unprepared. My thing is like I have scrolled through the websites and of the different showcases, and I've downloaded some demos and I played some demos. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very good, very good. So Amy's got games, I've got some games, and Vitz has brought some games that intrigued us and everything like that. Did you want something there, Vitz? Or were we just saying?
No, I was just waving. Hello,
okay, just wanted to make sure that. No worries. And I'm going to start off with the one that blew me away, and it's the one that I didn't realize I wanted until I saw it. It is sadly just a CGI trailer, so hopefully whenever they reveal gameplay in the future, it's going to be just something that's incredible and everything like that. And if Amy knows me very well, I think she knows what I'm going to go for, and that is obviously Call of Duty. The Expanse, Osiris Reborn, Arias is Reborn. But for me and Amy, I don't know if Vitz, have you watched The Expanse at all?
I have not seen the show. I did see the trailer, and I think at the end of that trailer, they do show some pre-alpha gameplay from it as well.
Yeah, didn't realize that. Bad on me. But anyway, yes, thank you, sir. Sure, go check it out. I know, back burner, other things to watch and everything like that in your life, but if you get a chance, go and check out The Expanse. It is an incredible sci-fi show. But no, yeah, if me and Amy have gushed about our love about the show, The Expanse and everything, for over the years and everything since we've basically been doing this podcast together. And The Expanse is basically, it's going off what they're talking about and how they're saying it, it's basically a Mass Effect RPG, which sounds, for me, it sounds incredible as long as they like expand on the thing of like of how the dialogue system goes like that. I think the best version of it for me is probably of how like to interact with people was and I think Amy might be able to agree with me, but correct me if I'm wrong, Dragon Age Inquisition. I think Dragon Age Inquisition had a very good dialogue system of how like you had heart, muscle or toughness towards the person and everything like that. I don't know, I'm not saying the dialogue was great or anything like that, I'm just how they implemented a certain system. But if I'm wrong, please do correct me.
The tone system. Whoops, I'm leaning on the delete key.
I was wondering why the dock was changing.
I delete you, Moody.
Yeah, no, the tone system from later Mass Effect and Dragon Age games.
Yeah, the tone system was very well done on that, and if they take something like that, I think it would be absolutely fantastic. And if they bring the absolute incredible storytelling that is on the Expanse TV show and in the books as well, I've heard anyway. My former boss was listening to the books and he says they were incredible. So, and he was a big fan of the show itself as well. So, if they bring that type of awesomeness towards the writing and everything like that, along with great combat and great characters, this could be absolutely an amazing game, and I'm like super excited. And like I say, with what happened, like with how the Expanse series ended, because it kind of sadly Game of Thrones itself in the part of like Amazon was just like, yeah, we're going to give you 6 episodes to wrap up everything, and it was a lot to wrap up. And I won't spoil anything for the show or anything like that, but yeah, it's The ending was something at the end of the day for it, but
Is this something that I want to actually commit to now, knowing that the ending doesn't nail it, as in it doesn't stick the landing?
Yes.
I didn't say it didn't. Yes, still watch it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're going that like sorry, you're intimating Game of Thrones vibes, and I was like, okay, well, Game of Thrones absolutely botched the landing, so it's all good. Carry on, sir.
No, it's absolutely fine. I get where you're coming from with that, but no, yes, this is better than Game of Thrones. Either way, and I enjoy Game of Thrones. I just want to state that for that. But no, yeah, it's I loved what I saw, and I'm super excited, and I hope to see more in the future and everything.
Hell yeah. Yeah, if we want to go around the horn on this one, so
Yeah, go for it.
The first, of my list of my favorite announcements from Hot Game Summer, the first one I have on the list here is the new additions to Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So this is the beat 'em up from the team that brought you Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredders in Time, and She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon are being added, so we now know almost just over half of the roster that's going to be in, so 15 characters, and these are so perfect additions, and we know that this team has got it like that, and they will excel, and yeah, just to see She-Hulk, try saying that 5 times fast, absolutely going out there kicking ass, it's awesome, and yeah, the music, the vibes are immaculate in that game, and Marvel Cosmic Invasions, don't miss on it.
I did it 5 times fast. It wasn't that difficult.
Sure.
Yeah, cool. I played demos. I think all of these were at one showcase or another, because I was clicking on like banners and stuff in the Steam. On Steam, they have they finally, after 4 years of doing this, have finally like put a banner in where you click that takes you straight to all of the other ones.
Right.
Which is like you would think, oh, obviously, but I mean, it took them years to figure out that they should do that. But my first one was the mountain climbing game, Ken.
Yes. We spoke about that last week, didn't we? Because I think it turned up in the PlayStation State of Play.
Did it? Cool.
Yes.
I was skipping through the podcast last week. To be fair, I was mostly just looking for your Silent Hill bit when I was editing it. But yeah, no, this is Ken. This is the mountain climbing game, which like I booted the demo up. It's a bit hefty on my. It was a bit hefty on my rig. It was making some noises.
Oh, is it a bit demanding?
A little bit demanding, but no, it was really fun. Like, it started off in the demo, and you have to climb this. Like, you have to climb the wall to get up, like out of the starting zone. And like, you have to like be really like, you control each limb individually, and the game sets you up with like automatic, so like limb selection. So like, you know, it's whichever limb makes the most sense to move next. And you have to be like really thoughtful about where you're putting hands and legs and stuff to climb up. And like, you use like natural handholds and like ledges and stuff to climb onto them. It's like you're not like, you're planning your route all the way up. So like, you're making a lot of micro decisions, rather than just being like, I want to get to the top of there, and like, you know, we've talked about the problem I have with climbing in video games.
Yeah, and they're abundant.
Yeah,
it turns out.
And in Ken, and I started climbing, and I was like, oh, there's like a crack in the thing, like put my hand in there, and then okay, now I put my hand in there, and then it's like, right, lift my leg up onto this rock here, and it's like, there's a bit of jank in the animation, but I think there has to be to make the fact that you have like all these independent,
infinite control
limbs, right? Yeah. But like, I didn't even know the time was going. Like, all of a sudden, I was at the top, and I pulled myself up, and I was like, what the fuck? And I like turned around, and I looked down, and I was like, Jesus, doesn't feel like I climbed all that way.
Yeah, because Moody and I spoke about this last week when we were covering the PlayStation State of Play, in terms of, I don't think it showed very well in a trailer, because to your point, kind of thing,
it's just slowly climbing, right?
Yeah, so, but just in terms of the, for me at least, the reaction I took was frustration, because it didn't look like the whole manipulating each of the limbs and holding it felt very much like an Octodad rather than something that would be more precise.
No,
now, from what you're saying, it is, but
so like, yeah, if it's like you've got your 3 limbs are planted, as long as like like you know they're on like rocks or in ledges and stuff. They're planted.
Yes.
So like the other one, you're moving it with the stick to try and like reach something. Maybe like say there's the handhold that you're trying to reach, and then you grab it and it like plants that.
Yep.
And then you move like say your arm next, and then it's like you put it in the thing, and then a leg, and then another leg, and then and it's like it's almost like rhythmic but very slow paced. Like I could definitely see how it wouldn't translate super well into a trailer.
Yes.
And not just because it's not a Souls-like deck building roguelike.
Like every other game is now. Yeah.
But it was really good. I really liked it.
Hell yeah. Moody, what's next from Hot Game Summer from you?
Finally have the name for Project Century, and that is Stranger Than Heaven.
Yes.
From RGG? Or
RGG.
Close enough.
No, it's not close enough. He's right.
I'd say that because I
RGG,
wasn't sure what it was called.
Yeah, RGG Studios, brand new game from them, brand new IP from them, and everything like that. And well, like it's screamed off, it screamed what they've done before, but also I just looking at it was absolutely amazing. It looked breathtaking. The visually looked really good. I like the combination of like where you saw he was speaking English throughout most of it by the end, but by the end he was in Japanese at the end, and I thought that was really a nice little touch to it, showing that I think it's just showing that don't worry, people who like to watch it in Japanese, it's going to be in Japanese, which I think we all knew it was going to be and everything for everybody. So, but I think it was more just the like of a line of just like. A lot of their previous games were all in just pretty much Japanese and everything, but now they're obviously spreading their wings. Obviously, the first Like a Dragon game and then Like a Dragon sequel came dubbed and everything, and obviously their latest games have all been slowly getting redubbed and remastered. And like the Yakuza 0, what's just come back out, re-released or remastered for Nintendo's an exclusive on the Nintendo Switch 2 right now, which has had dubbed, which has been apparently again really lauded really well in a good way. So, which I was really happy to hear. So yeah, it's an RGG studio. I'm an RGG fan, super fan, pretty much I would say, with how many games I've been playing. Thank you very much, Amy, for bringing me on to RGG.
You know what? I'm out here just trying to spread the gospel, and most people don't listen to me, so I always like it when someone does.
There you go.
I always listen to you, even if I'm fighting it.
And dear listener, if you all need more Ichiban content, then let's not forget he's coming to Sonic Racing Crossworlds or whatever that game's called, because apparently all the Sega IP is going to rock up in there. So yeah, Ichiban's going to be tearing up that tarmac or whatever they race on in that game. Yeah, so the next one from me, my favorite announcement from Hot Game Summer, is the Liza P Overture. So this is the DLC for Liza P, which is a phenomenal title in itself. And yeah, a bit of a surprise to everyone. It shadow dropped the DLC. The development team were umming and ahhing and kind of diverting attention away from the release date because they hadn't stated it as yet. And then, yeah, over the SGF. And first of all, shout out once again to Lucy James. You were amazing at this, as you always are, kind of thing. And yeah, you are getting all the flowers and richly deserved. Yeah, so Liza P Overture DLC, and it's including a bunch of quality of life updates, including a difficult selection. So it'll be interesting to see how that is, how that comes to fruition and how it's balanced and what have you. But yeah, it looked absolutely stunning. And yeah, the story of that interpretation of Pinocchio is one that's genius to my mind, at least. And yeah, everyone should check that out if they've got the base game. So Liza P Overture out now.
Might have to get into that game at some point.
Give the demo a try when you were down mine and you didn't click with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, things could change. Obviously, no doubt about that.
I mean, that is true. Well, maybe I'll try it again. Not the demo. I mean, I'll try the game at some point.
I'm a little intrigued.
The thing about starting one of those types of games partway through is like you're starting partway through, all right? Like you have to like whenever I play demos, yeah, it's like there's always that point of like, well, I'm going to be bad at the game,
Yeah,
because I've never played it before. It's something you just kind of have to accept. But it is that it's like I would like to play it from the beginning, but It's probably.
I'm a little
now.
intrigued just for the options they've given you. That they
they
given
added
you
easy and hard difficulties, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the base game itself was hard as nails. So yeah, I think any grace on that will be good. And with most games in this genre, they do give the option for you to include summons or their version of the equivalent of kind of thing. So there are ways to scale that. So it'll be interesting to see what easy does.
I wonder if anyone really cool and smart and interesting ever made a video on that topic. My next game was Dispatch. I played the demo for Dispatch.
Yeah.
Which is the superhero. He's like his robot suit. He was Mecha Man, but his suit got broke. So now he sits behind a desk and he directs superheroes or like supervillains, like a Suicide Squad situation, around town to like various different like jobs. And it was actually really interesting. I didn't know, like, this is the advantage of having watched zero trailers. Is like I had no context for what this game was supposed to be. So like I knew it was the superhero game with like half the cast of Critical Role in it, and that was it. So like when it started and it was like, oh, it's a Walking Dead, Telltale, a Wolf Among Us game, and then you make in the dialogue options and the characters are really fun. And then, you sit down at the desk, and it's like you got the strategy. You got this little strategy element going on. I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't know this was going to happen. And you've got the characters, and they've all got their different skills and like perks and stuff. And you have to like effectively send them around the city. But it's like you have to figure out what skills you need. Like it doesn't go, you need 3 charisma to successfully pass this job. It's just like, here's the description of the job, figure it out.
Yeah, who's going to be best?
Like, who's going to be best? And I'm like, ooh, interesting.
And plus, who's available on the roster, I imagine. Because, once you send someone to one job, then they're not available to be dispatched elsewhere, yeah.
And there was a moment in the demo, in that part of the demo, where one of the characters is like the fire character. And he fucks off by himself on the map. And then all of a sudden a fire starts. And then and then you have to send people to put the fire out. I was like, okay, it's got some humor. I like it. It's got some good jokes. But it was a lot of fun. I had fun learning, like meeting the characters in like a really limited way. And like I was pleasantly surprised by the strategy management gameplay. Like I'd be interested to see how it goes. Like it's from writers and directors of The Wolf Among Us, which was a fantastic game. My only hope is it's not an episodic game.
Yes,
because there was that tickle in the back of my brain that was like, please don't make the same mistake as all of your predecessors have been. Just bring the whole thing out all at once. But it was a fun demo. I had a good time with it.
Hell yeah. Moody sound.
Very good. So Game Freak decided to break the internet.
Yes, they did.
And break all the Pokemon fans' tiny little minds with the Beast of Reincarnation. A massive open world game, apparently, which was visually stunning, I won't lie, from the trailer and everything, from what it looked like. And I feel like I've seen like reactions and everything, and everyone's basically the same reactions, like Game Freak, which is really funny. I won't lie, because I think I had that reaction as well, because I watched it at the same time, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And like just to see everyone's tiny little mind online just go, "What the fuck?" So we get this on the Switch, but on PS5 you get this type of thing, and I'm just like, "Oh, you poor little children! You really don't understand game development, do you?"
Exactly.
Game development, contracts, the whole shebang, and everything. But yeah, it's the game looked very interesting. I won't deny that, and everything. Take away the whole Game Freak in general part of it. It was a very intriguing game. Yes, did it seemed like it was going down the thing of what basically every game was that weekend, or a massive amount of them, of like Souls-like type of game. It's just like,
I'm getting sick of hearing that word.
There you go.
So yeah, it was a very interesting game, no doubt about it, and it brought a lot of people's tiny little minds, which I kind
Definitely.
of give extra points to, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, like I said, the takes online were wild in terms of people like just equating it to, oh, Nintendo stopped them from, they could have been doing this all the time on
Yeah,
Switch, but Nintendo stopped them and all the rest. It's like, no, you don't
Nintendo
understand
didn't
the
let
thing.
them click the good graphics button.
See, yeah, that's all it was. But yeah, it's always.
Go on, but sorry, I put it in.
Yeah, it's always good to see developers who are known for a franchise kind of bring new IP to the table, because in many ways that's how they remain fresh and relevant and get to try new ideas and new mechanics and what have you. And yeah, to see this drop on the Xbox stage was increasingly wild as well, because obviously Game Freak have a legacy with Nintendo systems, as we alluded to, but yeah, and to Moody's point, it's coming to everything, as all Xbox titles are, kind of thing. So hell yeah, fill your boots.
Yeah.
Vitz, what's your next game?
The next game for me is Resident Evil Requiem. And Capcom continuing the fine tradition of introducing baddies or reintroducing baddies to the list. Because we've got Grace, and this game is set in Raccoon City, and the bit that's really interesting to me, it's post the nuke. And Grace is an FBI agent, and yeah, there was a demo available for those at Summer Play Days, and yeah, there was a bunch of different previews out.
I read the Eurogamer one.
Yes.
The headline was, "They heard me swearing in the next room."
Yes, absolutely.
He got a text. The guy who was playing the demo, because they had the room set up so like they had a secret hands-on room, and then there was other people watching the gameplay demo, and he got a text from one of his friends who was in the other room saying, "I'm pretty sure I just heard you shout shit in hell."
Yes. Yeah. So the main character that we've seen so far, Grace, she isn't imbued with too many combat abilities. I think she has the ability to like grab a bottle and throw it different places. Yeah, and there's a big monster chasing them and all the rest of it. But also we saw evidence that the one and only Leon S. Kennedy is going to be rocking back up to Raccoon City. And yeah, I'm just intrigued as to where this goes. It's probably not a game I'm going to play, but it's a game that I'm going to watch somebody else play through a Let's Play. And yeah, hopefully, they still retain the roller coaster aspect of Resident Evil, and they know, it's a B movie quality level of story that they're writing to in terms of level. And yeah, it's interesting that after Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8, which were predominantly first person, or only first person, I believe, now you can freely switch between the two. You can go third person or first person, and I think mechanically it doesn't change too much, but I think just the vibes are slightly different in terms of when you're in first person, the tension just seems more because you can't freely look around. You can't just see immediately what's in the character's periphery when you're running away from things and what have you. So yeah, Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah, like I hope Leon Kennedy's not in it. Like, can we there's more than two characters. There are more than two characters in Resident Evil.
But Amy, we need to make amends, because the last thing that Leon S. Kennedy said in the Resident Evil franchise was women. That's the last word he said.
Let that be a portent that they have women that they could put in the game from the past. Like anyone who's not Chris and Leon. But no, the main character's got some kind of relationship to fucking absolute banana brain. Like, this is absolutely bananas, to one of the characters from Resident Evil Outbreak.
Yes, they do.
Like,
they're their daughter, right?
Yeah, it's just, like the characters for, like, I think some kind of relation to one of the characters from Resident Evil Outbreak. I saw some dipshit. The reason I know this is because I saw some dipshit Screen Rant article where it was like, it's the perfect time to play these Resident Evil games because they're like related to Resident Evil 9, and it was Outbreak 1 and 2, and I was like, you can't play those games, like they're PS2 games. What the fuck are you talking about, Screen Rant? And that's how I found all that out.
But yeah,
I didn't know any of that part, but I heard that the reactions and everything have been going down pretty much well for the Resident Evil 9 and everything. Yeah, I'll discuss the reveal about it later and everything. But Resi 9, yeah, we knew it was coming and everything like that. With obviously the anniversary that's next year for it. And it looked really, really canny. I was trying to think the character. I was thinking Grace, Ash, and everything like that. I was thinking that sounds like a name that I recognize, but it wasn't. I've never played the Outbreak game, so I can't ever say that I knew any of that. So
Online
it looked
multiplayer games that did not release with online in Europe.
Hey, that's how you do it. So yeah, at the end of the day, Capcom are batting incredibly well when it comes to Resident Evil games. Even though the remake or remaster for 4 didn't really click for me, just because I think I've just grown out of that game and everything, and everything. But I've loved the other remakes of like 2 and 3. Really enjoyed Village. The more I think about Village, the more I throughout that year of when Village came out, and my love for that game just grew even more. Yes, the ending's batshit crazy. It goes into a Call of Duty mode and everything for some weird ass reason. But
because
it was just
they feel the need to have Chris and fucking Leon everywhere, and if they didn't need it. Sorry.
But he gets to put night vision on. The UI goes green.
Sorry.
Because Amy, you need a pasty white dude to be saving us all the time.
They even have other pasty white dudes. It doesn't always have to be Chris Redfield.
It isn't. It's Leon.
Oh, Leon.
There you go.
Jesus, 30 years of fucking games. It's like you only got 2 characters.
I won't lie though. I mean, as 4 just came out last year. Last year was it, or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years
I kind of thought that he was going to be in the next one. So for me, I thought he was. But no, it looks from the trailers looked really interesting. Like with what you said, Vitz, going back to Raccoon City after the bomb. I think that's really an absolutely great idea.
It's taken this long.
yeah, I agree. It's an amazing idea for him to go and do that at long last. So yeah, definitely very intrigued to see what's going to happen with that.
Oh yeah.
Amy, what's next for you?
Next for me is I've talked about this one on the podcast before.
All right, don't need to talk about it anymore. That's good.
Consume Me. It's the game that won the IGF Seamus McNally Grand Prize a few months ago. It's a time management. It was at Day of the Devs, I think. The trailer with the release date was at Day of the Devs. I downloaded the demo, played it. It's a time management RPG. Hold on, let me get the Steam page open because I want to try and describe it. It's one of those games where it's like it's a bit batshit crazy. It's a semi-autobiographical. Here's the Steam store description. Hey, remember when your parents, your friends, and society at large all conspired to make you feel ugly, lazy, stupid, and unloved? Despite the brilliant human spirit contained within you. No? Well, allow us to refresh your memory via the timeless medium of a slice-of-life role-playing game. So you're playing the teenage character with one of those kind of mothers who is constantly, like, critical. It's like, you're eating too much food, you're going to put on weight, no one's going to want to marry you, you need to do your chores, and like, you have to go through like different days, and there's like goals. In the demo, there was like a goal for like the end of the week, and then a goal for the next end of the week of like buy a swimsuit, and lose weight. And you have to balance all these different meters, so like your happiness, your energy. You have to like do this puzzle game thing where it's like you have to like make sure that you're eating enough food to not go hungry, but also not eating too many. The game doesn't call it calories, it calls it bites, just because like, you know, it could be quite triggering for people with like weight issues. And it's like this weird like Resident Evil 4 inventory system thing where it's like the the food is in shapes and you have to slot it all together on the grid. And then like you do
Please
things
tell me
like
there's eggs you put in there as well.
Yes,
just like a random snake egg.
Yeah, you read a book. Not snake eggs. I don't think. Actually, I don't know where the eggs come from. But you read a book that changes the shape of all the food that you put in the box to like Tetris type shapes. But
when in doubt, go Tetris.
But it's a lot of different like you choose the activities that you do like based on the different meters and stuff like that. So like if your happiness is low, you probably don't want to do something like do the laundry because that's going to drain your happiness. You need to like earn money so you can buy things. to help you out. Like you level up all of these different stats like academics and athletics, and they allow you to unlock new perks or new outfits or new abilities or new activities. And like you walk the dog, but like all of the mini games are absurd. Like you got to walk the dog, like you have to avoid banana peels and little dog poos, but like what it's like, it swings. It's like a pendulum on a lead, and then you click it, and then you start swinging. And then you click it, and then you start, and you've got to like hit this money, so you earn money while you're walking the dog without like hitting the banana peels. Otherwise, then the swinging starts going faster, and you can't control it. It's really fucking good.
Hell yeah.
But it does come with a warning at the content warning at the start, where it's like the beginning is very much like it's a lot of it's played for laughs, but
Yeah.
like it's not making light of like the obvious serious like things about like eating disorders and weight issues and like body self-image issues, and that stuff's going to come into play later in the game. But right now it's just an absurd fun comedy game when nothing bad, like there are no bad consequences to the things that you do. So like there's definitely it's definitely a lot deeper in the full game, because they say as much at the beginning. But it was a great introduction. And I'm going to throw this character's mother off the roof, if the game allows me.
Once again, that was Consume Me.
Yes. Moody, do one, and then we'll do a break. We'll come back and we'll finish off.
Okay. To a sequel to the game, I didn't realize we were going to get and everything, but I remember me and Amy playing it, and I do believe we both enjoyed the game and everything. I just don't think it hit the heights what we were kind of hoping it was going to be when it came out. That is Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf. This was a very much a nice little surprise to see and everything. For this game, and to see that I was getting a sequel and everything, and visually just looks as visually stunning as the last game and everything. So yeah, I was over the moon to see this for the team and everything. So obviously, Planet of Lana was obviously a massive success for them to be able to continue obviously and do a sequel and everything. And I look forward to seeing what the sequel does even more. Hopefully, they can expand on things that maybe let the first game down, but. Very much intrigued to see what they do with this and everything.
Love the vistas. Keep the vistas. Looks incredible. Set pieces, phenomenal. Bit more gameplay. Just a bit more gameplay.
Hopefully they're taking that on board.
That was I think that was basically the gist of my feedback about the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think the story was...
I don't remember it, so I'm going to assume it wasn't... It didn't.
Yeah, the story. I understand what they're going for. It was like show not tell type of thing, but sometimes you can tell just a little bit, just to imply certain things. And sometimes, for me, it's just for my brain modding and thinking. But no, yeah, it was still a lovely little game. It was a lovely little game.
Do you want to do another one, Moody? Because I know you've got a lot more than both of us.
Yeah, let me just double check which one this is. A lot of them all merged together. And that is At Fate's End. This is a game that was announced a few days ago as well by Thunder Lotus. It's an action-adventure game where you fight the ones you love. So basically consume, apparently, what Amy's just talked about. Wanting to throw the mother off and everything. But no, yeah, it's a beautiful visually looking game and everything. Definitely a game to go and check out when you get a chance and everything.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. He's got a sword in his throat in the kiosk. What the fuck?
Gotta respect
in the game, she's holding it. So
no, the kiosk. I just went on Steam and the kiosk. And what's funny is like, well, the main thing I remember about Planet of Lana was the in the original release trailer where you're riding that animal, and then it pulled back and showed you like the massive structure in the distance, and the trailer for At Fate's End has just started auto-playing on the Steam page and pulled off that exact same shot. The character's on the back of some animal riding along, and it pulls back, and there's a massive like thing in the distance, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, by the developers of Spiritfarer.
I love Spiritfarer. Such a special game.
Yeah. Explore a lush fantasy world.
Yes, that was the developer. Thank you. Yeah, Spiritfarer. That was one of the ones that stood out for me. I don't know if it said the game's coming out this year.
2026. Steam's got it listed as 2026.
That's enough.
You fight your
No, I'm
siblings.
thinking the Journey developer, aren't I? I'm thinking the Journey's developer. Their game comes out this year, their new game, if I remember rightly. I think you and me, Vitz, talked about it last week.
Yes.
Cool.
There we go.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool games. More cool games to come. I'm surely no criticisms of anything summer gaming related. I'm sure.
I gave my praises to Lucy James. I'm more than willing to do even more on the other side.
But we'll be back after a quick word from our sponsors. It's us. We're our own sponsors.
What's good, everyone? I'm Vitz Patel. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, let's go.
It's time for Vitz or Pop Stars, the video game and pop culture game show. Life is a platformers beyond. Enter your state of flow.
Catch Season 2 of Pixel Pop Stars on Twitch and YouTube at Vitz Patel.
And we're back. Look, Vitz, I found a friend for you.
Ah! It's like a plushie.
I found my face like a plushie.
Uh-huh. Reminds me of the age-old song from Kind of Funny's in review, Face Hug 'em. Face Hug 'em. When they discussed the various different face huggers from all the Alien movies. Whether they liked them, face hug 'em, or they didn't like them, face fuck 'em.
But yeah, maybe you'll be making a friend out of one in the near future.
Uh-huh.
Let's roll right back into our summer gaming
Hot game summer.
E3 hot summer gaming fest.
Let's roll right into those games.
Let's roll right into it, Moody. I'm gonna put that there so it's always visible.
That's why I lean this
It's
way.
when you can't see it no
this
more.
is
That's when it's
visible.
terrifying. It's like, where's it gone?
Yeah, you just hear it.
Uh-huh.
Vitz, I believe
Hello.
you should go next.
Yeah. So the game I want to talk about next is Mixtape. So this is from I believe Tyrannosaurus Beethoven, and yeah, this game was playable at some play days, and it looks to be awesome, and not only from a soundtrack, but just in terms of the story that the team is putting down over there. And it's another coming of age story, and there's mythical, magical elements to what's going on, but the way it's broken down into the skateboarding sections and how it's a more zen-like experience, and while you can do all these tricks, it's more skate than Tony Hawk in terms of looking at a score meeting and looking to balance yourself off all of that. But yeah, the vibes are immaculate, and I can't wait to dip into this game and just live in that soundtrack for a while.
Nice.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. Oh, and for anyone that was wondering why there's no indie game of the week, I'm gonna throw like all of my games into indie game of the week.
Yes.
As I do every summer at this time. My next one is an action RPG. It's a top-down action RPG called Downhill.
Okay.
The game is, I'm going to get the Steam store description, because it's got a really interesting twist to it. Here it is. Meet Fade, the main character of this action RPG, who is painfully aware that you are controlling her. How will you act when faced with the temptations of absolute power over someone so vulnerable, all while on a mission to save a revolution-torn realm from an unnatural disaster? So yeah, it's an action RPG. It starts off, the character's just moving around talking, meets a spirit that looks like a fox. The fox is really funny, I'm not gonna lie. And then some bad shit happens. The character's about to die, and then you get your dialogue option of being like, hey, do you need some help? I can help you. And like you take the role of yourself playing the video game.
Nice.
So like you get, and then it's like, so you do the action RPG stuff, you know, you can fight fight the enemies and do the stuff and like learn spells. There's two really cool things about the game. The first one is that part where it's like you just chat to the character, you ask them directly questions about the world, and they're like, I've never met anyone who doesn't know this, and I'm like, I'm just a goof on a computer.
Just the goof, the lonely.
And like you can like cultivate a relationship with this character where the character has their own thoughts and opinions and what choices that they want to make, and then you're in control of them. So you can make them do whatever you want. So you can cultivate like a friendly relationship or a hostile relationship, or like, you know, you can be when you introduce yourself to them and they're like, who are you? There's like a bunch of different options that range from, hey, I'm just here to help, to I'm playing a video game, to I am your god. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff with that. And then the second one is the leveling system is morality based. So when you fight enemies, you don't kill them, you drop them, and then you have the option to kill them. And then if you kill them, then you get the like these XP orbs that you can spend at merchants to buy abilities. Or you can not do that. And then there's like some other stuff with like rituals that you can do at like certain points in the game to level up on a different track. So I can imagine like those two things combined in this game is going to make some really interesting choices and consequences. And it's kind of fun to play as well.
Hell yeah.
You zip around and you go.
Moody-san.
Oh, and you
my
can
next game is...
Well, one last thing as well is you can resurrect yourself at any point. So, like, if you die in a boss fight, you can just hit a... There's no fail state, but even the choice to resurrect is a choice, because the character remembers every moment of dying and does not like it. So, like, even that becomes, like, a choice of, like, how much health... Like, if you've got the boss down to, like, this much health, do you, like, torture your character by resurrecting them, or do you load the checkpoint so that it didn't happen? Which was another one that was really interesting as well, because you have a big conversation about, like, I didn't like that, please don't do that again.
Awesome.
Sorry, Moody, go on.
No, it's absolutely fine. My next game is Whispers in the Fog. It's a first-person psychological horror experience focused on atmosphere, exploration, and unraveling a deeply personal mystery. You awaken in a foggy rainforest. Your memory is a blank slate, armed with nothing but a flashlight. The thick, eerie woods pulse with haunting whispers. Yeah, I saw this trailer at Future Games Fest, I think it is, or Future Games Show, whatever it's called. Yeah. Didn't show you much, but just the trailer alone, I was just like, this is creepy as fuck. And I was just like, I like a little bit of that. So that's the game I wanted to talk about.
A little bit of creepy.
There you go, yeah.
A little bit of
like,
crime.
sign me up.
Sign me the fuck up. Yes, indeed.
That's amazing. Yeah, the last game that was on my list, because we've had a few crossovers here. Persona 4 Revival, probably one of the worst kept secrets going, with all of the original voice actors saying, well, I've not been invited back to do it. And yeah, this might be the time where I play Persona 4, because I think when it originally released and when Golden came out on Vita, I hadn't played any of the Persona games before. Persona 5 was my first, and then I played Royal. But yeah, this might be the one. I'm interested to see, because the game itself, if we're just taking what the story was in the base game in Golden, it needs a lot of work just to work as a title in 2025 from a writing perspective, and the story beats that they go through and how they handle social issues these days. So I'm excited to see how that shapes out. And yeah, from my friend group, I know how beloved Persona 4 is, with all the caveats that it is. So if this experience kind of deals with those caveats and can just be the game that everybody loves, then this might be up there as an all-timer for me.
Very good, very good.
Nice.
Amy, what's next?
I'm going to say the words. I'm going to say some of the magic keywords of the weekend.
Here we go.
I have Death Howl, which is a Tribeca Games Spotlight game. It's a deck building Souls-like.
Is it roguelike as well?
Pass. The deck building Souls-like bit is on the. It's in the thing, like on the key art. It's like it's what it says it is. It's,
Dear listener, you have to take 2 shots.
Yeah, you have to take. Sorry, I couldn't avoid. Like, Moody knows that like I will be like automatically interested in any game that Tribeca is like, hey, this is one of our games, because like they're all fucking bangers. And this was one of them that had a demo, so I played it. It's quite interesting. It is a deck builder. I don't know about Souls like though. Like I push back on that descriptor based on what I played of it. So the cards in your deck are the actions in your, like, the moves that you can make. But instead of it being like
on your turn, that kind of thing.
Instead of it being like what you would think of as a deck builder, like Slay the Spire, for example, will probably be the one that comes. It's you walk around a world and you walk into encounters with spirits in a forest, because you're playing a character who's wandered into a magical forest to find to bring a dead son back, and all of the spirits. But it's like grid-based, turn-based combat. So it's not like a Slay the Spire thing. It's like proper tactics game. And the cards that you get, you draw, and then it's like, okay, I have to build a turn based on the cards that I have and the movement that I want to do to not get fucking killed. So I'm not sure where the Souls-like part comes in. But it was a lot of fun. Like, you get a lot, like, you craft new cards based on, like, you kill enemies and they drop resources, and you find resources as you're like walking around. Yeah. The only Souls-like part is like there's checkpoints where it's like you rest and all of the enemies respawn, which, like, you know, that if that's the only Souls thing, it's not a Souls-like. But it's also based on Scandinavian folklore, which, as Moody knows, like, I'm quite interested in after playing Bramble. So I was like, I like this. It's good stuff. Moody's video game that he worked on unlocked something in me that this game is following up on. But it was a lot of fun. It's a really cool art style, and it's got really cool vibes. I like the vibes. Dark and mysterious.
Ooh.
Exactly.
So, Vitz, you haven't got anything else. Moody, how many more have you got?
Untapped.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Just do a bunch back to back, and I'll say stop.
Oh. Okay.
Don't feel like you need to rush. I'm not saying rush through
that's
them.
okay,
I'm just saying just do a few back to back.
Okay, first up is Hurdling, a brand new adventure from the automotive creators of the atmospheric and acclaimed Far Games and Panic, and the publishers of Firewatch. Head out on the Grand Alpine expedition with a herd of lovable beasts as you ascend a mountain path encounter eerie dangers and surprising obstacles, and forge your way to the mystery at the summit. I'm a big fan of the Fire Games. I remember playing one of them while I was working at PlayStation. I was testing it, but I was still playing it. And I was like, this was breathtaking just on the animations alone, for like the water and everything. I thought it was really, really well done, and I really, really enjoyed just what I played of that game. So go and check that out when you get a chance. Let me get the X one up. Go onto Steam, it'll be a better thing for me. I'll try and say this one correctly. Eric Sloan, The Stolen Dream.
Eric Sloan, yeah.
Eric Sloan. Thank you very much. Experience an isometric, narrative-driven stealth game set in the stunning city of Erxlom. When Hannah's brother Herman disappears, and the police begin to pursue him, her search sets off a chain of catastrophic events that will not only alter their lives, but also the destiny of the entire city. Join your allies, outsmart relentless enemies, and use your cunning to uncover the truth behind Herman's disappearance. I'm a fan of isometric games and everything, and I saw this and I was thinking, yo, this looks cool. And with the company that I believe closed last year, or if not the year before that, after just releasing their last game ever, I can't remember Yeah, thank you very much, them. Shadow's Gambit. That company that just closed out of nowhere. I've been kind of wanting an itch for an isometric game, and this looked like it could scratch that itch and everything. So definitely go and check that out when you get a chance. Wishlist it. You know, all these games wishlisted for the companies. They really, really, really helps them. Next one up is Constance. Where is the diagram?
Diagram?
Not the diagram, the description. Constance is a
Description, there
2D hand drawn. Shut up. The 2D. Sorry. Constance is a 2D hand drawn action adventure featuring a paintbrush wielding artist striving to escape from a colourful but decaying inner world created by her declining mental health. Visually just absolutely looking beautiful, just on the state of the description alone, just like it's something about mental health and everything like that. I think that could be, if it's explored correctly, could be a very, very powerful tool. We've seen that with so many games out there, Celeste, etc., and many, many more games out there. So go and give that a go when you get a chance, when it comes out.
The other 2D hand-drawn adventure game featuring a paintbrush wielding protagonist that I've played, Chicory: A Colourful Tale. If I had a nickel for every one of these games, I'd have two nickels. That's cool. I like Chicory a lot, and I like the sound of all of this. See, I don't need to watch these showcases. I just need to sit on this podcast and listen to the things that you guys say to me. There you go.
Okay.
I'll jump in with another one.
Okay, good.
For now. Which is going to be, I've already talked about that one. Let's talk about a smaller one that I played called Escape of the Hammer Princess, which is 2 games in one, sort of. So it's a 2D. You play as the heroes trying to rescue the princess. In the demo, you start off, there's this dwarf guy, he's on the last level, he's going to the princess's tower, and it's like a 2D 80s action platformer, so like Castlevania style, like throwback.
Right.
And then there's like, and the game has a sense of humor about it because he gets all the way to the princess's thing. It's like, all I have to do is break the iron bars, and then he throws his hammer at the iron bars and it bounces off and kills him. But it like puts a hole in it, and then you switch to playing as the princess in first person, which is like a throwback to like a 90s shooter. Like 90s,
yeah, like a Doom or Wolfenstein,
like a Doom or Wolfenstein, but with a hammer. Like you can throw, and it's sick. It throws and it bounces.
Does it return
up.
to you like a Leviathan axe?
It does appear in your hand if you don't like grab it, but it like hits them and bounces up. And if you jump and grab it and then hit them again,
nice.
Like I got into like a rhythm with that. But it was a fun game. Like I liked the setup being like the hero is here, like to save the princess. Bam, he's dead.
Yeah.
Now the princess is gonna have to save herself, but like the ghost of the hero is like helping her out and stuff. She picks up the hammer and like her costume changes on her. The hammer's power is like it unlocks the wielder's like true personality or whatever. It was very good. I did enjoy it quite a bit. I like the mix up because I assume throughout the game it's gonna switch between like playing in first person and playing the 2D platformer, so that's quite fun. But yeah, it was fun. Escape of the Hammer Princess.
Hell yeah!
It was the name that drew me in first of all. I was like, I gotta see what this is. All right, Moody, do 3 more.
3 more.
3 more.
Next one is from the developer Out of the Blue Games, Call of the Elder Gods. This journey of to the far corners of the earth and unearth the ancient horrors in this Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure and sequel to the 2020's critically acclaimed Call of the Sea. Apparently, I didn't realize that. Yes, it's a sequel. Apparently, did not know that. It's also the main actor is voiced by Spider-Man from the Insomniac Spider-Man games. That's him. I'm terrible at remembering his name.
I got you, buddy.
So yeah, it visually just looks really, really canny, and I like this type of. It's sometimes just like the error itself can just draw me in, and this just looks very, very stylish and very intriguing. So definitely give it a look. Wish list on the games and everything, and I'm gonna have a look at the next game after I look at other games. Tell you more about games as well on here. Next one is. Let me just get it up.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
The listener, I hope you're chiming in with the drum roll.
You better be. I can remember. I can hear you.
Uh-huh.
No one's chiming in.
Hirigami.
Yes. We spoke about this last week, didn't we? Yeah.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. That's why we
Speak
haven't
about
included
it
any.
again.
Well, I didn't include any PlayStation State of Play stuff. This
I
Hirigami
completely-
was in.
I forgot it was in there. That's my fault.
It
Never
probably
mind.
popped up in multiple showings, to be fair, but yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
But bringing it back. Explore a beautiful origami world in Hero. A fan wielding master of the art of folding. Embark on a mystical journey to save your fragile home from the deadly digital invaders. Take on animal forms to traverse the landscape, solve puzzles, overcome enemies, and save the realm. This comes out in September.
Yes,
Hell
it
yeah.
does. The 3rd of September.
Breathtaking. It looks gorgeous.
Oh, we've seen this one
definitely.
before. Yeah. Bandai Namco games. Yeah,
Bandai.
I think we saw this one
yeah,
last.
yeah.
Yeah. It's coming back to me.
When it comes to like remembering games, like I'm never good at them.
No, it's the same with
So
me.
many
It's
games
like,
out there, buddy. Don't worry about it.
like again, it's one of the reasons why I didn't watch all of the showcases, because it's like, and then it's like I don't remember.
It is
Everything
overwhelming.
just blends together, right?
Next game is for you, Vitz, and I mean for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Formula Legends, from the golden age to the modern era. Race through time in Formula Legends. Master reimagined circuits. I get
Yep.
there. I got excited
Circuits.
for you, mate. I got excited. Command legendary cars, and chase glory across decades
deck
of
building
motorsports history. A love letter with Dark Souls elements in a Formula
Dark
racing
Souls of
game.
Formula One.
I'm talking about the Dark Souls part, where speed, skill, and strategy define your championship. Yes, I saw the trailer. I was just like, yeah, with all the love, with the lackluster I have for Formula One right now, just for like the racing in general, but also like the game, I'm not hearing greatish things
Oh,
about.
F125 is no.
yeah.
It's bad news bears.
Which is a shame to see and everything. So yeah, Formula Legends. Maybe this one brings it back and makes me
demo
go.
is available as
Yes,
part
it
of
is.
Steam Next Fest. I've added it to my library, but time. It's just time.
Time.
That's
Oh
all
yeah,
we
like
need.
I almost played this just because I was like, if I play it, then I tell Vitz about it.
This looks really interesting, and like the vehicles themselves have kind of like a chibi-esque quality to them, so they're kind of miniaturized and cutified, if that's a word. But yeah, hopefully this has it's all going to come down to how it feels on the sticks at the end of the day. I'm going to play this with my Xbox controller, and it'll be all down to how the physics feel, and then what it does in terms of because there are like dynamic pit stops and weather effects and things like that, and how it plays into those, and that'll be the making of this game. But yeah, Formula Legends.
Formula Legends. I'll do one more, and then I think you've got 3 more, if I've counted right.
Yes, I do.
Fucking hell, she can count.
4 more.
Close enough.
You can count, you can sing.
She can count. She can't count.
Triple
No,
threat.
you're wrong. Damn it. It's a game I saw on the Tribeca Spotlight website, which doesn't have a Steam page, so don't look for it in the indie game of the week thing, because I can't put it. It's a Steam thing. But I was quite gutted that it didn't have a demo that I could play. It's called Take Us North, which is a very short description on the Tribeca page, which is inspired by real-world stories. Take Us North is a narrative adventure / survival game that follows the journeys of migrants and asylum seekers on their way to cross the U.S.-Mexico border.
Yeah.
And people.
I just want to say I'm kind of playing it already because I went north.
I thought this was a job
also-
thing. I was like, am I have to cut this part of the
No,
podcast
God,
out?
I would have spoiled something there. No,
Am I going to have to cut
In
this
life,
part of the
in life.
podcast?
in life, I mean, in life.
Speaking of in life, shout out to all my friends in the LA area, standing up for what's right, and I hope you all stay safe.
I've just loaded up. There's a incoming Kickstarter. So at some point the game will be kickstarted. But yeah, I was quite gutted because like people who go to the Tribeca festival this week will be able to play this game, and I was like, does this mean it has a Steam demo? And I was like, no, and I was like, damn.
It's only for the elite.
It's only for the elite here in New York.
In New York.
Which doesn't include me, but it looks really, really cool, based on like people's own experiences.
Sure. Just off the back of that, Janet Garcia, she had an amazing piece which Amy linked over in our Discord. There's a piece published on Pentapixels, and it's how her life experience of being a Mexican or a child of an immigrant of Mexican descent here in the United States, and how the kind of the stark nature of having Summer Games Fest in the same locale as the protests and the violence against these peaceful protesters by the fascist state, and just kind of the dichotomy of that, of, you know, everybody's here to celebrate video games, but then all people tend to do is bitch and moan about LA and how they hate it. But, you know, LA is a block, this is a city, these are a people, and they ought to be celebrated right now, and not what's happening to them. So yeah, that's my required reading to you, dear listener. Go check out Janet Garcia and an amazing work over at Pentapixels.
Stay safe, everyone in LA.
Bring us home.
Ahoy! And immerse yourself in the thrilling world of Ahoy, an immersion naval adventure game set in the historic era of the late 18th century Caribbean. The game promises a rich experience where the player's decisions shape the narrative, impact the fate of the new world. Prepare for a captivating tale of freedom, courage, and unyielding call of the sea. I think we all should just go to the sea, get off the flatland, and just go to the waves, people.
Oh, I'm good.
No, yeah, it's apparently this is asking for a Kickstarter. I think Kickstarter is live, should I say? So go out if you want this game. And you want to support it. Go out and give that go and give them that support, and also wish list on Steam.
Exactly. And given that Moody's part of the Scottish furniture now, that's why he's allowed to say freedom like that.
Freedom! Anyone can say freedom like that. Freedom!
I know, I'd still, if I said it, I would get kicked out, trust me. Next game, Echoes of the End. Embark on a perilous journey to rescue your brother and prevent a looming war. Harness the power of the devastating magical abilities to conquer enemies. Traverse tremendous landscapes and unveil the hidden history of Ima, I think. It's a walk game, so all you bitches out there, incels and everything, won't like it. So, but I will probably, because I'm not an insane person. This looks awesome. Visually looks beautiful. A great looking character. Great looking combat. Go out. It's kind of seems like it's like in the inspired a little bit by Hellblade, but not as dark and gloomy. And everything, and it looks like it's a little bit upbeat. Even though those the first Hellblade and second Hellblade are very great, beautiful looking games, and first Hellblade is a great story just on mental health alone and what it can do. So, but no, yeah, Echoes of the End. Go and give it a look. Wishlist it if you want to give it a go.
Hell yes.
Next one is Directive 8020. There we go.
90210.
90210. This is from
Exactly.
Supermassive Games. It's basically part of the giant dark pictures anthology type of thing. But Earth is dying. Of course it is. Have you not lived
real.
here?
Too real. Come out.
And humanity is running out of time. Yeah, well, America voted in fascism, so I can't do anything about that. 12 light years from home, take me now. TICF. The planet, I'm guessing, offers a small silver of hope. When the colony ship crash lands on the planet, its crew soon realizes that they are far from being alone in space. I thought I was going to say, I was going to say, excuse me. Death takes many forms, but I won't lie. I remember seeing this trailer ages ago, and I saw it, and I was just like, that's fucking Alien. It screamed Alien. And I was just like, and then obviously we got an announcement that Alien Isolation is getting a sequel, and I was just like, forgot about this game. But I forget about a lot of games. But either way, yeah, go and check this out. Give it a wish list if you want to. It deserves your love. Final game is a game I can say I've played, because I did actually with my former company, Merged Games. Was looking to maybe help publishing this game, so we would have been QA testing it, but we got closed. Fuck you, Maximum Entertainment. But this team has found a publisher and everything. So this is the first fight through a post-apocalyptic South Korea in this retro survival horror. Uncover the truth behind the devastating meteor impact that left the country in ruins and turned every living organism into a terrifying monstrosity. Fight, solve puzzles, upgrade gear, make every bullet count. It's old school Capcom Resident Evil style game. Look at it, like, just look at the visuals alone. It's just like, oh my god, that is literally RE1, 2, and 3, and Dino Ground Zero. Yeah, go and check it out. It literally, Jamie, you'll see it and you go, oh, that's freaking Resident Evil, the old school.
Proper Leonardo DiCaprio style.
No,
shit,
Kennedy.
that is okay. Yeah, no, that is Resident Evil. Holy fuck.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah,
Jesus.
Go and give it a look. Yeah, it looked. I remember playing it. It was very early when I gave it a test, but I enjoyed what I played and everything. So yeah, go and give it a look. Give it a look. Hit that wish list button. Give the shout out to the company and give them the love they deserve and everything. And hopefully we'll see the game soon. It hasn't got a release date yet, but hopefully one day we will see it. Soon.
Yeah, we don't see enough video games set in South Korea, and something we need more of. Just give people a little taste of the culture, even if it is post-apocalyptic and riddled with with zombies or undead or whatever happens to be in this
Too
one.
real. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that is it, everybody. That's all the games that we wanted to mention that piqued our interest, that we're interested in playing hopefully in the future. That Amy's even played a couple of demos and give some opinions of those and everything. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your favorite games that was shown throughout the weekend. And there's no wrong answer unless it's Call of Duty and everything.
For them to put it
There are several wrong answers.
and for them to say there's one more thing and then it be Call of Duty is absolutely what we're
We'll get to that next, Vitz. Vitz, what's your topics?
Yeah, so as part of Summer Games Fest and the big Keighley show, which again, Lucy James Games, love your work. And yeah, you did amazing. The CEO from Splitgate 2, Ian Prolu, I want to say, they came out and clearly they wanted to make a statement. They had like this predetermined plan, and for those who didn't watch the show, for want of a better word, they came out and wore a hat which says "Make FPS Great Again," and it's styled in a similar way of Elon Musk's hat that kind of aped what DJT's hat was doing there, and essentially began to talk hella smack about every other FPS out there. And rather than kind of being in a collaboration with anybody or like taking some ideas, it was very much a punching down situation. And I don't think they had earned the gravitas by that point to kind of make those claims. So he did that up on stage, and yeah, you could feel the energy just kind of leave the room of, wait, what the heck's going on? So that seems to be the sticking point of the conversation for Splitgate 2. It's not about the game, it's not about what it's doing great, what it lacks. It's all about this dude and their choice. And obviously this is in the same city that DJT deploying the National Guard to attack American citizens, their own people, in the same city where Summer Games Fest is held. And then here's where it got, I don't want to say interesting, here's where it got wherever it did. So, of course, like most clowns, this dude decided to double down, and he declined to apologize for his choice of attire, claiming on social media that he was not making a political statement and that his viewers should take his appearance as, quote, at face value. Days later, however, the CEO decided to publish an apology, admitting that the official Splitgate social media account that his MAGA-style hat was a marketing stunt gone wrong. Quote, at our biggest stage, coming out of beta, we needed something to grab attention. And the honest truth is, we tried to think of something, and this is what we came up with. He's quote, end quote, he said in the video. Quote, we did not intend for this to be taken in any political way whatsoever. And I'm not an idiot. Obviously, I knew there would be some level of controversy. I'm going to let that one sit for a second.
Sorry.
They claim they're not an idiot. And this is not to be taken in any political way whatsoever. Quote, but we really saw this as a meme that was stating our truth, which is we do want to improve the genre and we're disappointed with the state of the genre. He added, quote, the truth is I am sorry, and the reason I'm sorry is because what this has done to the community. There's division in the community, and for that I'm truly sorry. So, to recap, dear listener, this dude isn't sorry at all. He's sorry that because there's consequences, and that's the kind of narrative that's taken away from Splitgate 2. It's about this clown and his MAGA hat versus the merits of the game, even compared to other FPS shooters in the genre kind of thing. And in a world where I wish more people were held accountable, we need to hold this dude accountable, rake him over the coals, whatever we need to do. And they're not sorry at all. They're only sorry that it had a backlash because clearly either they sat around a room and they think, okay, we need to pull some kind of marketing stunt here. We're in a showcase, hosted by Jeff Keighley. There's going to be games here, games over there, which take the spotlight away from us. We need to do something to stand out. And this is what they chose to do. And it's incredibly interesting to me to see the type of individual this person is. And I may be making assumptions here. They may have a different makeup going on, but they would appear on the surface to be a man who is white, and the privilege that are afforded to this person and what they thought they could get away with is boggling. It's wild. And I hope that this is a lesson to anybody else out here who can think, oh, I can just rely on my there'll be no recompense for this, or this is a smart way to go about it. This is a way to gain attention.
This is a good idea.
Exactly. And people won't remember the game. They'll remember the attitude the dude had, and they'll remember the stunt, and it's going to tar the work of all the incredible devs who are at that team, who put their blood, sweat, and tears into this game of bringing up all the improvements that we will never know about, because many people will be turned off from this game because of the actions of this clown.
Sure. Like, Splitgate 2 is now the... Wait, isn't that game with the guy came out with the MAGA hat on?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's truly a shame. And the apology is there's a division in the community, and for that I'm truly sorry. It's bonkers. But you know what?
Sorry if you were offended.
He didn't mean for his MAGA style hat to be political in any way whatsoever. And he's not an idiot, so he claims.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm not fat. I'm just big boned.
Yeah.
Tim, do you want to go first?
No, you
or...
go first. I have a spin-off point to make. While also agreeing that the hat was stupid and shouldn't have worn it.
Okay. So I like I said, I watched the Summer Shit Fest for what it was and everything, and I saw this man and everything like that for it. I wasn't paying full attention to it because it was a game I had no interest in whatsoever.
Also, it was very late in the day here in the UK.
Yeah, it was almost midnight, I think it was.
Yeah,
when it came around for this idiot. So I didn't notice his hat whatsoever. I didn't see it until the next day for myself when I saw it blowing up on Bluesky and everything. Doing a stunt and everything, I don't mind whatsoever. And I don't like the choice of the hat. I think it's just because of what it relates to in general. When it's especially
the connotations around it.
The connotations around it, I think is a terrible choice. But if you're going to make a stunt, fine, do that. That's your decision and everything like that. But if it falls flat like crazy, like this one has, but then you don't come out and say, I'm not going to apologize, you've lost it. You've lost it. You've lost the argument whatsoever. You've lost any chance of even trying to save your own reputation and face in general, you've just completely tanked it. Because if you just apologize straight away and apologize, you should never have won the hat. The connotations around that should never have happened. But either way, you should have just apologized straight away instead of doubling down and saying no, blah blah blah, whiny, all pity me type of thing. If you apologize straight away, we probably wouldn't even be talking about this at all, because it would have just been washed under the rug. Unless if it was a simple apology, just say I'm really really sorry. It was not my intention to offend and everything like that, and I will learn from it, type of thing, and whatnot. No, even his pathetic apology is pathetic. That's pathetic, and then he's got even worse and made it even patheticer, and that's not even a fucking word, people. Like seriously.
No, 100%. He's sorry because there's a consequence this time, and not for his action.
Yeah, because it's his what he's done is now damaging his company. Is damaging his new game that has released. Splitgate 2. I don't know if people are fans of this game or whatsoever. The first game, it seems like, just on from the Steam reviews, seemed like it was a very very popular game. Just
Sounds
from the
like an
positive reviews and
interesting
everything.
premise, like, you know.
It's Halo with portals, right?
Halo with portals.
And everything. Which is, I'm glad for people to have a game like that if they enjoyed that type of thing. Good for them and everything. But this idiot has decided that he wants to tank his potentially hurt his company because of his stupidity.
There'll be layoffs because of this, and it's all this dude's fault.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I completely agree. And it'll be all this guy's fault and everything. So,
The sordid part of me wants to know what were the other ideas pitched in that room that they decided, those are going too far, but this is okay.
Zero. There was zero. I can tell you, there was zero other ideas pitched in that room.
Yeah, because he would have been he would have thought up the idea and would have said, "I'm going to be smart and funny here,"
and then just had a bunch of yes men around it.
Because the speech that he gave, I've broke my glasses. This fucking dickhead. The speech that he gave. Was all like tied to the hat, right? It was like, I'm sick. I'm sick. Call of Duty sucks now. Like, and again, I didn't even watch this stupid thing. I'm building to a different point later, but like, Call of Duty is bad. We're gonna make FPS great again. Like the slogan on the hat was the number one idea that they went with because it was the pitch that their pitch was first person shooters suck. We're gonna make them better. That was his pitch. Yeah.
The thing is about it, I'm pretty sure I've seen online of like saying that he is probably a manga supporter. So it's just like even then he probably has the hat at home and he's just like, I can do that.
He was just staring at it.
He was just staring at it. Yeah, and
great idea.
I've got a great idea to make FPSs great again. And it's fallen flat on his face to definitely. Because at the end of the day, he's a typical white CEO who will be absolutely fine with this. Like you said, Vitz, layoffs will probably happen on this game now because of...
He'll retire to his yacht. He'll be fine.
Which I hope doesn't happen, but it will potentially probably will, and it will be because of his fault at the end of the day. Maybe.
So I didn't watch Summer Game Fest. So the fact that I know so much about this stupid fucking incident was kind of what pissed me off even more. Yeah, right. Like I avoided Summer Game Fest because I knew I wasn't gonna like it. I thought, you know what, I'm finally just gonna not put myself through it. But I thought, you know what, I follow a lot of cool people on Bluesky, and like I'll preface it as if it doesn't need saying. Yes, the guy is a fucking dickhead. He shouldn't have worn the hat. He shouldn't have made a stupid Call of Duty speech. But it's the Call of Duty speech that I want to focus in on because I think you two did an expert job of calling out his dumb hat. In that, I thought when I logged into Bluesky on Saturday morning, I would see a bunch of people. Wow, this game looked good. Whoa, this game looked great. Whoa, this game looked great. By Saturday evening, and honestly, until 2 hours ago, I knew four things about Summer Game Fest. 1, Resident Evil 9. Because you two both told me about it in Discord. 2, Jeff Keighley's shoes. 3, the stupid hat. 4, the Call of Duty thing. And it's like we talk about not the Call of Duty speech, the bit where it was like, well, if all you play is Call of Duty, bro, then that's a skill issue. It's got nothing to do with the genre of first person shooters. But like the vibes around Summer Game Fest have been rancid for a while. And I'm starting to think, and like as somebody who's like for the first time looking outside from the in, right? I'm starting to think that maybe the vibes are rancid and that part of that is our fault. Because I follow a fuck ton of gaming people on Bluesky, specifically because I want to see stuff about games, and all I saw was this. Not the games that were showing off.
Yeah, it took all the oxygen out of the room.
Apart from Splitgate 2, which I didn't see because of the game, and Resident Evil, which I didn't see on social media, or I was only told about directly by you two, I couldn't have told you what was at Summer Game Fest.
It's interesting, and I've just come with this, so apology if this idea isn't fully formulated.
It's fine, I kind of sprung it on you. I've gone.
No, that's all good. But clearly, Keighley has rehearsals for this show. He has, run a show. He makes sure like all the
pictures of him doing
rehearsals. 100%. So, was this individual involved in those rehearsals? Did he know about this hat going forwards? Did he know about this hat and thought, "Oh, this is a good idea"? And that, there may be completely rational answers to these questions, dear listener.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I'm not absolving Keighley of his part of responsibility of just the shit show of the whole thing. Yeah. But I think there's a toxicity around how we cover games, and for once, I'm not talking about YouTube grifters. I'm talking about us, the people who aren't grifting, because all you all wanted to talk about after a video game showcase, and bearing in mind there was multiple video game showcases that night because Day of the Devs happened immediately after.
Yep.
But all you all wanted to talk about was this guy's hat. And it's like, at what point do we have to look in the mirror and go, are we also part of the problem? Because all we're focusing on is this. Because a couple of days later, sometime this week, I saw Jason Schreier's Dragon Age Veilguard story went up, which I've been expecting for a while, and it's an interest. I'm always interested in going into detail about development stories of how games were made. But the way he posted about it on Bluesky was essentially, and I'm gonna have to paraphrase because I don't have the Bluesky post in front of me, was Dragon Age the Veilguard sucked. Here's why. And I looked at that post and I was like, is that the frame? Is that the frame that you wanna frame this with? Because people worked on this game.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, the people who I follow who worked on Dragon Age Veilguard were like, bro, what the fuck? And then a third one, which happened earlier today, was the developers of Yooka-Laylee. They're making a remaster of Yooka-Laylee called Yooka-Laylee, and they've just released their social media thing. Just released this tier list of the worlds from Yooka-Laylee, ranked by the people who are at the studio, including F tier. This level is F tier. So they just laid off a bunch. They lost apart from that being a terrible marketing strategy in general. They also just laid off a bunch of people who worked on those levels and then posted shit about how terrible their work is on their own social media.
And I'm sure the statement that accompanied the layoffs was "Oh, this is not a reflection of their work" or anything.
No,
like that.
well, it's just happened. So there'll be something. I'm sure there's a lot of people pointing out the stupidity of it. But
we might be the problem here.
My point to bring all of this up is there's a level of toxicity in video game coverage that allows moments like the Make FPS Great Again hat to happen, but it gets amplified more than any of the video games. And at a certain point, we have to look in the mirror and say, we're the people who are actually amplifying this stuff. Are we part of the problem here? Yeah,
it's you're right in what you're saying, and it should be that thing of we should just recognize, okay, clearly we know this is dumb, we know it's stupid, we shouldn't need to go out and shout about it
for days
on social media. Let's just talk about everything else. But you can have a one line to say, yes, we know that the dude in the hat is dumb, however there was so many other cool things that happened.
It's the dude in the hat is dumb, and the thing that he said is dumb because of this reason, because first person shoot, there are good first person shooters if you don't just play a Call of Duty, but also look at these cool games from Summer Game Fest that I saw.
Yeah.
So, go on, Vitz, sorry.
No, Moody, go for it.
So, yes, no doubt about it. Toxicity is terrible, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. The thing is about it, it's getting worse because of what's outside of the games industry that's happening right now. Like literally what Vitz sort of spoke about earlier on about what's happening in LA right now. That was happening at the same time this was all happening.
Down the street.
So yeah,
Down the
so like, and then you've like what we've stated on many occasions about like our little digs at about America in general, about about the politicians, about Trump and everything like that. But the thing is about it, it's not just over there; it's over here in the UK. There's a high chance in 2029 we could have a fascist government a massive fascist government in charge in the UK. In the UK, yes, and I need to read that.
Exactly.
A worse one. Let's just be frank. A worse one that's just gonna kill the UK. He'll kill it. He will kill it if he gets into power. And that's the thing about it. And I think what's worse is that we see so much misinformation around in the world and everything that where I've said on many occasions that how much I give snarky, and I know they're very snarky when I say this. Because I admit I intend them to be snarky. Snarky digs at journalists that they don't do their jobs right. They are not holding people to account, and that's what happens. And sadly, all of this has had nothing but a knock-on effect, like quote unquote a trickle-down effect, and it's not. It was already here in the games industry, but it's even more amplified because sadly, you've got terrible content creators out there, quote unquote content creators, Christians, like you said, Amy, who are exploiting everything, all of this, to get their clicks and rage baiting like crazy over wokeism, which is the most pathetic thing. Like we've all agreed over anything, basically, just so they can get that hate rage. And that's the thing about it. And sadly, I completely agree with what you're saying, that we should be talking about the video games and everything, not talking about this idiot who wore stupid hat.
Both. That's all I'm asking for. Both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would have happily not to want to talk about this person whatsoever. I'm not having a dig who brought the story whatsoever. At the end of the day, like that's just a me thing or anything like that. I'm sick of seeing all the toxicity. I hate it. That's why I barely am on social media, like and everything. I barely tweet out on Bluesky whatsoever. If I do, I'm hoping it's more positive that I put out there or saying
usually
that.
all of your tweets on Bluesky are just like, hey, that was good, like this film was good, I enjoyed this film. But like I think like it, because like I've been thinking a lot about this. It's why I was kind of happy. I was kind of happy when Vitz said, oh, I want to talk about this, because I was like, cool, because I've got some stuff to say, and that's not going to be popular, but shocker, right? But I think it's one of the reasons why I just didn't want to engage with the whole thing, like over the course of the whole weekend, because it's just like, man, like there was like what 12, 13, 15 video game showcases over the weekend, and I saw some tweets about the Microsoft one, and I saw some stuff about like a dude who wore a stupid hat and said some bullshit, and I was like, I think we can do better.
Yeah, you're right, 100%.
And then I saw all the other stuff that Shire tweet and the fucking New Cup Replay stuff, and I was just like,
I didn't even know about the Dragon Age article.
It's a good story. Like I've read it, and it's like eventually I didn't click on it at the moment. I read it, and it's his usual work, and you know, a blame is assigned correctly to where it is. It's just the way he presented it on Bluesky with that post just made me want to hurl my phone into the ocean. Because it's like, what? Like, bro, the EA executives aren't going to see this, but every single person you've just talked shit on is going to see it. And the last time I checked, Dragon Age the Veilguard, you might not have liked it, but it has hundreds of thousands of fans.
Yeah.
Like, so coming out and being like it was bad, unquestionably, like, no, sorry. That's not, like, you can't, on the one hand, complain about people who do the grift thing on YouTube, the right-wing grift shit with the games, and then just talk with that absolutism on the other hand. It doesn't work like that.
That's why I always dig at journalists. They can't they feel like they have to give their opinion. And so I'm not here for your opinion. I'm here for the facts. That's why I always state it all the time. I want the facts, not your opinion.
It's the stating of the opinion as the fact. Like Dragon Age the Veil. Why was Dragon Age the Veil Guard's writing so tonally inconsistent? Why was this thing bad? Like, and it's just like, in your opinion, sure, that's fine. I can respect anybody's opinion about Dragon Age the Veil Guard as long as it's reasonable. But to present it as this is the fact. This is the fact of Dragon Age the Veil Guard was writing, like it was a bad game, and it's like, and I haven't played it, so I can't comment on that part of it, but I don't know, man. I felt so bad for the writers of Dragon Age the Veilguard who put in so much work like into that game. I felt bad for the people who liked that game and are fans of that game. Like in that moment, all I felt was bad for people.
This is the thing about for that game and everything like that, it was nothing but toxicity throughout of it. And then when you saw gleaming lights of people saying, "I'm really enjoying this," it was a breath of fresh air. But like I stated for myself, when I tried playing the game, I had to take a step back from it and to say I can't play it right now just because of the loudness of the toxicity. Yeah. And like, for a person who I don't feel like I'm that much on social media that much, is seeing it, that's what, and it becomes a massive problem. There's no doubt. It's a running joke on the thing of my Moody, my moment to shine, and my honest opinion, my thing is that I wanted to write something that portrays positivity and says like you're not alone and everything, and I do feel like I have done that to the best of my extent, to the best of my abilities and everything. And we also have like roll on little gags and little laughs from all three of us on here, and everything. But like, yeah, it's the thing about it. It's toxicity, sadly. It's the toxicity outside of our gaming space is getting into the gaming space and amplifying it even worse.
Beautifully said. When we're in a state when there's only, a handful of actual people doing journalism in the video game space, I should say. And for those, when we see them slip in this way, and it's not to say journalism can't have opinion pieces and op-ed pieces and things like that. It's when we hold them to a higher standard when it comes to this, like they are the grown-ups in the room and we are all just children.
The thing is, sorry to cut you off there, Vitz. I don't think I know I'm bagging on Schreier specifically, but that's just because that's the example from this past week. I don't think I'm holding Jason Schreier to a higher standard. I think all I'm doing is I'm holding him to the same standard I try to hold myself to.
Sorry, yeah, and that's great. So what I'm saying is, the opinion pieces of a video game commentator who just says, "Oh, we don't report on the news. We're reporting on the commentary of the news," that kind of thing, and they do their pieces. They're in a different strata to me than someone doing the actual journalism. That's what I meant to say, as opposed to holding standards. So yeah, apologies if the
no, that's fine. I just thought about it and I was like, I get like,
you're all good.
I don't think there's like a second standard. Like, like it's crazy, but like even commentator people, like you just mentioned there, I want them to get their facts right. Like,
1,000%.
You know what I mean? Like, I want them to put the effort in to get their facts right as much as I would put the effort in to get a fact right. But yeah, no, it's just there's like a lot of negativity in the game space, and I think it's very easy. I think we sometimes go for the very easy answer of just saying, well, it's Asmongold's fault, it's content creators' fault, it's the grifters' fault. But I think the last week especially has shown me, and like this goes all the way back to when we sat on this podcast, and I was getting aggravated at Forspoken. And how much shit, how vicious the criticism towards Forspoken was, for something like some dialogue that people didn't like, but like it was a lot more vicious than I think it earned. I think any game, and it just, I think we have to address the fact that we as a collective of not grifters, I don't know what category we would put ourselves, like we would all put ourselves in, like people who aren't grifting and who do care, like have to address the fact that we're not very good at this sometimes either.
Agreed. I think we can fall into the space sometimes.
Yeah,
There's no doubt
absolutely. We've all
about it.
done it. I've done it. Like, you know what I mean?
I've done it
trapped
myself with
before.
the Last of Us TV show, 100%.
Like,
I don't think you've. I don't think you've
I don't know you
been
have.
toxic. I don't think you've been toxic there. I just think you've given valid criticisms when it comes to toxic.
Criticism's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, criticism's fine. Yeah, the thing is about it is when the people who are trying to give the idiots who are trying to say they're giving criticism, they're not being criticism. They're being viciously toxic. Yours is just criticism and everything, which is fair. You know. Like, I haven't seen the show. Neither has Amy, I believe, so I can't comment on it. Type
like,
of thing.
I mean, I sat on the podcast with you, Vitz, when you talked about episode 2 of the season 2, and like, at no point was I thinking, "Damn, Vitz is being really viciously unreasonable here." You just, I didn't like this. Here are my reasons.
Yes,
great. Like, that's cool. Like, that's valid. Like, criticism is valuable. Like, in art, like, you know what I mean. Like, criticizing video games for the things that they don't manage to get right is totally valuable. But there's a line, and I think, like, there's a lot of like that. I feel like I'm just noticing it more and more that, like, that line's getting crossed a lot.
But I think it's just because it is. That's the thing about it. It is, sadly, and it's because it's spreading into everything, and because I think it's also, everybody, not everybody, but I think a lot of people are now becoming more political. And then because politics, everything is very politicized these days, or for silly reasons of thinking, "No, wait, why am I going to be playing as a girl on this game? Why can't it be a white dude?" Or type of thing. Oh, this woke shit type of thing like that. It's like, and that's just the babyish, the go-to comment they always go to. But it is because you see, politicians saying, crying about woke, it's now seeping into our games and everything, and I don't care about that type of thing. When it comes to woke, I want to play many different versions of a game of many different ethnicities and everything, like for myself. I'm a pasty white dude, for God's sakes. I want to spread my wings and go in many different directions and everything. Yeah, it is like we can all do better on toxicity and everything like that. And I see completely where you're coming from, but from Amy, like,
yeah, I think there was a series of dominoes of frustration that all got knocked over in the space of like the last 7 days. Where I was just like, for God's sake, like, this is supposed to be the weekend, the one weekend where we all talk about cool games, and instead we're talking about some dude's hat.
Thing is, I've been toxic in this episode alone, just from my jab of saying Summer Shitfest, just because I'm not a fan of Jeff Keighley, and that could be portrayed as toxicity towards the man who I do not know at all. For all I know, he really is just a genuinely nice guy, and everything. Everyone who I've listened to before says he is nothing but a down-to-earth, generally nice person. I've never met him, so I can't truly comment on that. And I'm sure he works his ass off for Summer Games Fest. And I think when it comes to certain criticism that we have portrayed towards him, of like his lack of response to certain things that have happened in the world and everything, Ukraine, Israel, people being sacked, all the sackings that have happened in the job and everything, his lackluster responses from a person who's very prevalent in the games industry, who we, for some reason, which is I think the gaming industry has put on a pedestal as the Lord and Savior, basically, of video games, when he doesn't even have anything to do of video games. He's just there to help them get out there, to let people see them and put eyes onto them and everything like that. And I think content creators and everyone else and everything has built him up into something that he probably, again, I don't know, the man doesn't want, you know? He may not deep down want this. He's just, people have pushed this on him because he tried to do something really positive during a terrible time of COVID, at the beginning of COVID, you know, when no one knew what the hell was going to go on. And he's continued a wave of this. But I think his wave may be coming to an end because, like, no one's talking about Summer Games Fest, like you said. They're talking about...
The games aren't breaking through. Yeah.
The games aren't breaking through, and everyone, like what we've talked about just now, is talking about an idiot with a hat. Not about the show, if it was good or great or anything like that. It's about... And who cares about if the show was good? Just talk about the games. This is the thing about it. Like,
I mean,
we have to... Go on.
Sorry,
Vitz,
I mean,
go on. No, I've ranted a little bit. There.
I think
Go on,
I think
sir.
it's okay to get critique on the show because it has an impact on how you perceive the games because of pacing
Agreed.
and cadence. And
Yeah,
if you've got a solid block of ads for some mobile game shovelware that's out there,
My
then
phone's coming out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
My phone's
then-
coming out, right? And I'll start scrolling, and then it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not watching it properly.
That's
Yeah,
it,
I
and,
get that.
and that can color your first impression. And most of the times, their first impression that you're doing because he's got the whole world premiere, which he doesn't say world premiere anymore, and that's a shame. But
Bring that back.
that's on tangent.
That is-
Yes,
that is
exactly.
a
Bring
good
that back.
Isn't it because I think Xbox took it?
They
I don't
can
think it
both
says
it's
it.
do
not
it.
trademarked?
It's not like it's
Yeah.
not copyrighted.
Maybe. Who knows?
Then just
Who
get a
knows
name.
with Xbox?
You know what? You know
the
what,
lawyer
Jeff?
from Simpsons gonna come up.
You know what,
saying,
Jeff?
you know,
Just do it in a Lisa Simpson voice.
exactly. But yeah,
Exactly.
and the pacing and the structure of the show can color your impression. And for
Yeah.
many of these world premieres, you only get one chance to make a first impression. So, yeah, to your point about not critiquing the show and the value in that I slightly disagree with.
That's fair. No, that's completely fair. You
Yeah.
toxic bastard.
No, again,
I'm
like
joking. I'm joking.
criticism is fine. I just think like nuance is usually required in
Yes.
criticism.
But this is also the social media effect as well. Everyone feels
The
like
thing
they
about
need
it
to
is,
put their
like-
voice out.
And I get it, I sure do. Like people have used social media in a certain way. I wanted to bail on. I wanted to pull the handbrake on this topic 10 minutes ago, but I feel like I've just lit a stick of dynamite, and just thrown it into the middle of the podcast. The thing about Bluesky is, and this is specifically like the journey that I was just describing before, and where I went and what I saw is it doesn't have an algorithm. So
Yes.
So, I'm not seeing the most popular things rising to the top on the For You tab. I'm seeing what people are talking about. And I don't follow 10,000 people. There probably were people talking about the games, but I do follow a lot of people who were in LA, like, in the audience, like, watching the thing.
Yeah.
Or, people who were streaming it, watching the show. It's like, they like, I never saw any games. Or like maybe I did, but they were just buried under 20 posts about some dude's hat.
100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, it's time for Open
And
Critic Head
breathe.
to Head.
Yes.
This is the game we play every week where we talk about. Nope. This is the game we play because I didn't do Indie Game of the Week. I'm going straight to the Indie Game of the Week intro. This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the. I still can't do. Where we try to guess the Open Critic average of upcoming games. There we go. I'll reset it. Whoever gets as closest to the score at the time of recording gets a point. If you manage to guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. 2 weeks ago, we tried to guess the Open Critic average of Mario Kart World, which did get reviews last week because I don't think Nintendo sent out any review copies to anybody.
They did not know. No pre-release copies went out.
Moody guessed it would get a 93. I guessed it would get an 86. Vitz guessed it would get an 89 at the time of recording. Mario Kart World has an Open Critic average of 86, which means I got 2 points.
Congrats. A couple of days ago, it was on 89.
It was on
and I
89.
thought it was in the money. So I'm bitterly disappointed in that.
But that puts the scores at Amy 10, Vitz 12, Moody 26, with 1 draw. This week, we're going to guess the Open Critic average of Tron Catalyst, which is coming out
Yeah,
next
new
week.
Mike Bithell joint. I believe it's me to go first.
It is you
It never fails. 88 going in the books, please.
88. Do I have any advance on 88? 88.
Give us a moment. Let me see this game.
Should I do Open Critic head to head like an auctioneer? Like, hey, I've got 88. do I have 89?
once.
Do I have an 86? Going once. Sold to Vitz for 88.
Woohoo!
What the hell? Okay. Is this like a sequel?
I mean, it's based on the Tron franchise.
Yeah, I
I
know
think it's
that,
a sequel
yeah.
to Legacy, yeah.
Give us a moment. There's a Tron Identity. Did he do that game?
Yes.
He did. All
Sure
right,
did. That one wasn't published by Devolver Digital.
No.
75.
75. Well, you've given me enough room to park a fucking truck in between you two.
Exactly.
Well, I thought I'd help you, Amy.
Just
Let you
doesn't
slide on in
help
there.
me. It doesn't help me. I'm gonna roll on into the gap that you've left me, but it's a big gap.
Land on something very cushiony and perky.
I love how you're teasing our dear audience who just want to hear that catchphrase, but you keep getting 99% of the way, and then roll on into them, and then you change the final word.
Yeah, but it's in my Moody time to shine, so we get it all
I
prepped
know,
for
but
them.
we're teasing them. That's what we're doing.
Teasing some like perkiness.
Amy's gone for
8,000.
Yep.
80,085.
Otherwise known as boobs.
Now, if you put that on a calculator, 80.
Okay, 80 is the number that's going in.
That'll do it for Open Critic Head to Head this week. Moody, it's your time to shine.
Hello, everybody. I know we've had a really deep topic of just the last topic and everything like that, but let's all bring it back into something warm and fuzzy. Be proud you made it. Another day's behind you. Another week has passed. But do you want to know what else you have? There's a future that is all yours to decide. Let it fly. You're here to fury because it's time to party. We all welcome each other from far and wide. We'll be helping each other all the way. Go live your best life. It all starts from level 1. Go now, high five that sky. Live long and prosper. Roll into them titties, and the journey is yours. It starts now.